What's up, y'all? It is Saturday morning right now, 9:54 Eastern Time, and it is Tragic America Podcast, episode 444, aka We Don't Do Numbers. I played that Kanye West intro, and Kanye West was in Tampa. What was it, about a week ago? I want to say he did two sold out concerts at the fucking stadium in Tampa. 120,000 people each show. Rick Scott tried to stop the show. It didn't work. Fucking, they would have to pay him fucking $100 million more than he already made. But he ended up doing two shows. And from what I saw online, they were fucking amazing. He comes out on this fucking stage that's the globe, literally. Apparently he did set design, everything for it. At the second show, Kodak Black was there. Who else? Travis Scott, I think. His daughter did an appearance. It was apparently better than the first night. And I am on social media all the time. I am on YouTube all the time. I live in Florida, and I didn't see anything about this show. Nothing. And I was pissed because I definitely would have spent that money. I definitely would have went to Tampa to see Ye. And I gotta tell you, man, for everything this dude has done, I don't know if it's a PR thing, a lot of the stuff he does, because it is genius. It keeps him in the spotlight. He was the number one listened to fucking artist on I think all fucking digital downloads last year. And it just keeps him fucking relevant to every generation. And now it kind of looks like, damn, even after all that shit, you just sold out two shows. Like, he's kind of telling them, I'm fucking Kanye West, motherfucker. And yeah, if that didn't blow up his head more, um, I'm sure it's pretty huge right now, but still, would have been a great show. So I am doing a live podcast where I'm just basically going to rant for a little while. I'm going to keep it short, but I'm just tell y'all what I've been up to lately. First, I get a little personal. So past few weeks, I've been noticing I've been going into a slight depression. When I say slight depression, it'll be like 2 days a week where I'm feeling off. I'll want to sleep a lot. I'll, be thinking a lot of the future. I'll be thinking a lot about current events, because as you guys know, I write about a lot of the current events and Tragic America. That's the project. A lot of it does have a political edge to it and foreign politics and all that. And we're living in a really, really uncertain time. Just inflation, everything, And I see it, pretty much everyone I talk to is struggling right now. They're struggling one way or another when it comes to their business, when it comes to money, and stress, not knowing about the future, not knowing if they're going to be able to get the same health insurance next year, or, if they're still going to have the same job, or, going to be able to, if they're going to lay it off and have money for their family. And everybody is worried for different reasons. I'm noticing that. And that can really, 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 really get to each and every one of us. Each and every one of us. And as much as I, talk about mental health, as much as I have fucking podcasts about mental health, I don't think I speak enough about my mental health. So, especially researching the stuff, and, my algorithm's also fucked, y'all. If you can send me reels, like positive reels that y'all have, whether it's God, motivation, just anything but all political doom, because it seems like my algorithm, I don't know if you guys can relate or this is just me, but every other video is impending doom. The world's going to end. We're going onto the gold standard. The dollar's dead. Inflation. We're going into World War III. Like, yeah, I know shit's fucked up right now, but like, I don't need to be constantly absorbing it. And listen, I make it a thing for me not to watch too much content. I just watch enough where I can write about it, but it's not conducive. And I'm telling you that right now. And to solve this problem, I'm going to have to get off that subject. And let's be real, it's not doing me any good. All it's doing on this app and every other app at this point is shadow banning me because I think we're saying too much of the truth at times. And as we know, the country's not exactly what we thought it was. So I've come up with the decision is I am going to stop for a while. Now, you guys know I'll say this and I'll be speaking about politics in like 5 minutes, but I'm at least not going to put so much of my content on politics because I feel like doing that, I'm shadow banning myself and I am withholding my other fucking creative activities hostage. I'm a poet. I'm a writer. I have not just political journalism. I write screenplays. I make short films. I write novels. I make other types of content, and I talk about other types of shit. So flood my inbox with happy reels at tragicamerica on Instagram. And I need to change my algorithm, y'all. I did try to go to my settings and, took politics off and all that. And still I was getting the same type of videos in the feed. Whether that's all y'all or I'm just MK Ultra, they're trying to MK Ultra me, whatever. But I know our brains, no bullshit, they are subject to be hacked. And whether that is by, corporations for, certain products or whether that's because maybe you're asking too many questions, who knows? It's not that crazy. But whatever it is, like I said, it's shadow banning me and it's not getting me out of the workout. So yeah, we're going to do something different. I was listening to a recording by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich. And if you guys don't know who that is, Andrew Carnegie, he was, a millionaire back in the day, early 1920s, I believe. And he chilled with Andrew Carnegie. Like he was working for him for a while, Napoleon Hill. And while I was working for him, he was asking him all these questions on how to be a billionaire and, just different, you know, like what it took basically. So from there, I think Carnegie kind of funds him or he gives him the idea of basically spending his career interviewing billionaires and seeing what they had in common, the traits they all had in common. And that's kind of where manifestation starts. You see that there. I mean, starts in the Bible, but you see that there. And you also see just how everything fits together. And what got me is the morning ritual, because this is what always fucks me up. The morning ritual. When have everything down pat in the morning, my day is smooth. I'm making money. Like I just have everything going on correct. Now, when I wake up and that's fucked up, that will literally trickle down and fuck up half my day, sometimes my whole day. Let me give you an example. This is how this is what he says. He puts an emphasis, Napoleon Hill, on the morning and waking up and just having a moment of peace, not picking up the phone, not getting into any of your emails, just waking up, not pausing, not saying, all right, I need another 10 minutes, just getting right out of bed, a short meditation, writing down your goals for that day, maybe a prayer, whatever fits you, but just a walk, just having some time to yourself. And doing that, I already know what a fucking difference it makes. So I'm going to do this here with you all. I'm not editing this. I'm going to do this live. And I have a book. Let's do a wake up podcast. It is July 11th, right? This is Jesus calling y'all. I'm a Christian, but to all faiths, love y'all. All right. So July 11th. and I hope everybody has a blessed, blazed day today. I am lit, wake and bake, purple earth this morning. Thank you, Gold Bar. July 11th. Worship me only. No, shit. Man, did I say that? Idolatry has always been the downfall of my people. I make no secrets about being a jealous God. Current idols are more subtle than ancient ones, becoming today's false gods are often the field are outside the field of religion. They're people, possessions, status, aggrandizement, yeah, are some of the most popular deities today. Beware of bowing down before these things. False gods never satisfy. Instead, they stir up lust for more and more. Now, that's right after I said it's about being high as fucking smoking weed, but this is true. And this is, you know, whether it's cannabis, whether it is drugs for an addict, whether it's food for someone that is a food addict, whether it's gambling, whether it's sex, whether it's people, someone that you love or someone that you know, that's what we put sometimes as false gods. And we begin to worship them. And yeah, they never satisfy. They end up leaving us empty and lusting for more and more. It's like the whole how does it go? One is 2,000 never enough. One is too many, 1,000 never enough. And we all have that, whether addicts, not, we all have that battle. When you seek me instead of the world's idols, you experience my joy and peace. These intangibles slake the thirst of your soul. I need to drink it. Look, second paragraph. When you seek me instead of the world's idols, you experience my joy and peace, seeking God first. These entanglements slake the thirst of your soul, providing deep satisfaction. The glitter of the world is tiny and temporal. The light of my presence is brilliant and everlasting. Walk in the light with me. Thus you become a beacon through whom others are drawn to me. Thus you become a beacon of light so others are drawn to God. Now, I wasn't always a believer. I had to go through a series of events in my life to become a believer. But man, I have a lot more peace now that I am, now that I know that God is real. And I encourage all of you to go down that path on your own, at your own speed. But it doesn't have to be, it could be a daily reading if it's not from this book. For me, this is how I left the summer day. Jesus calling, look, I'll do prayer. And like I said, I prayed for all y'all going through the times that we're going through now. I pray for you to come out abundant. I pray for your families. I pray for everyone just to be fucking awesome. And don't worry about being perfect, y'all. It's, you get there. You go in as you are, even though, sometimes it doesn't feel good. And as you start reading a little bit, as you start going farther and farther, you start seeing you don't have to worry so much about stopping the bad, but the good kind just starts, start doing the good more and more, and the bad falls off. And that's a lifetime battle, lifetime battle. For me, this gives me peace. For you, it might be a meditation book. It might be writing things that you're grateful for. That's something that no matter, if I force myself to do that, if I'm in the worst fucking mood, I can't get through 5 without feeling fucking at least 80% better. And that's no bullshit. Let's start right now. I'm grateful for sitting here being able to talk to you through a fucking phone right now. I am grateful that I have these computers here right now. I am grateful that I have a condo here right now. I'm grateful that I'm able to take care of my mom in her old age. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for the bed I sleep in. I'm grateful for God always being there for me, for always having the money to get by, for always being blessed. I'm grateful for this cool shirt. What do y'all think, man? I'm the only one that can pull this off, huh? Only one. I'm grateful for the purple earth. And I'm about to go for a walk. So I'm going to take you guys with me because I'm not going to shut this off and I'm not going to edit it. But like I said, there is one more political situation I want to speak of, and then that's it for a while. I don't know if you guys know Sneeko. Sneeko in New York City. He's been all over now, Fox News, all over other channels, all over Twitter. And Sneeko is a streamer. He's a YouTuber. He's been around for a while. He's Muslim and he speaks a lot about political stuff that, maybe could be a little outside the Overton window. Sneeko. So anyway, he was at the FIFA game and he ended up saying this Sneeko FIFA game. And damn, did they go after him for this. And they literally said, we have to deport him. Now, Alex Jones said this. Elon Musk amplified the tweet. It's kind of like a serious thing because he's from this country. He's from New York City. Sneeko, New York. Now, here's what he said. It's probably someone else talking about him. And keep in mind, he was banned from Australia for anti-Semitic comments or speaking too much about that subject. And it was a game where Egypt beat Australia. He was in New York and he made this comment. Now, I'm going to tell you his defense after, but I kind of want to know what y'all think about this because, like I said, he is actually he was born in this country.
Popular internet streamer Sneeko had some fiery remarks during an Egyptian soccer celebration in New York City. Take a look. This is the Islamic Republic of Uzbekistan. Islam will be an angry house. Inshallah, Muslim. Welcome to my body's dinner. We'll see the city to see how it looks. Inshallah, your city looks tough like this too. All right, Billy, what you think?
Okay, yeah. So you have people going crazy, like I said about this. And I don't know if they're overreacting because in Salah, this is his defense, at least, Sneeko. Sneeko says he is not trying to push Muslim on anybody. He was excited after the game. And in Salah means I wish or something like that. Or what's the exact translation? Because I know someone's probably going to get me on this. And there's going to be a lot of mixed opinions on it. But it has me thinking, like, I watch him. That's why I say this. I watch him not often, but I would say enough to know kind of his thing. And he's kind of a grifter. He went from being a Christian for a while, Catholic and hanging out with Nick Fuentes, to then being Muslim and hanging out with Andrew Tate. And then he was at that whole Club of Cost thing, where they played the HHA song with Andrew Tate out in Miami a few months ago. And now he spends most of his time on YouTube and Kick talking about current events. But, like I said, maybe too much for the Overton window, maybe not. As far as him pushing Islam, that's never something I saw him doing. Yeah, he does show respect for Christians. He says, what they what the Islamic faith thinks about Jesus, that he is a prophet, that he is going to raise. He doesn't get into any of the infidel stuff about, having that basically they'll kill you if you don't and all that part. Now, I start to think sometimes, are they forcing it or is he just saying he hopes that we'll all be Muslims or is there more to it? Now, I did speak to someone who knew a little bit more about the subject, and they said, well, he means a lot more than that. He means a lot more than he says on YouTube and these apps, and he's with some shady people. So I don't know. Or it could be a psyop right now. Who knows? So either way, that's the political thing of the week. Because Salah, by the way, it means to Arabic fans, it means if God's will or God willing. So he's saying in Salah, I hope every one of your cities look like this. I hope all of New York looks like this. This is Islamistan, but he's saying in God's will, if it's God's will. So his argument is, I'm not pushing it, but I want everyone to go to heaven. So it's the same thing as Christians saying every knee shall bow, every, mouth shall confess. And what is actually the difference? Now, this is just interesting to me because I spoke to a couple people that have two different opinions on it, and I want to see what your opinion is. Because, like I said, the first thing was they called to deport him. Well, he doesn't live in this country. And I have a feeling this is going to get pushed. I do. And it's going to be interesting to see what comes of it. Is it going to be treason? Are they going to actually kick the guy out of the country? Did he go too far? Were we maybe psyoped a little bit after 9/11? I mean, there's still so many questions about everything. But like I said, I'm going to stop with the politics. And it is time to focus on getting organized. Getting that when I write now, see, every day I'll do my reading, I'll sit, I'll chill. Now picture what you'll do for the first, even if you can get 30 minutes in the morning. That took me 5 there, and I got into politics, so 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes, after that 5 minutes, I go and I just chill. And this is always the hardest for me, to actually chill in the quiet, chill in straight silence. But chill, and that's when the writing starts. After my gratitude list, if you don't want to do reading, the gratitude list works. Definitely changes mindset. And I've been in some of the worst places, and maybe that makes me more grateful, but you all have been through a lot of shit too. I know it. So now I'm not going to look for a pen, but I would write down what my plans are today. Okay, so I'm going to work, let's say it's during the week. I'm going to work for 6 hours. I plan on making 2,500 in sales. I plan on doing four websites extra this week. Boom. Um, then after that, I plan on working out. I plan on taking my mother to her doctor's appointment. I plan on putting an hour away to write and put it towards tragicamerica. I put an hour away to go live, you know, and stick by those hours, those plans to execute the best I can, no matter how I feel, because we're not always going to feel good. Some days we will feel like shit, but that's when you got to keep going, no matter what, no matter what. And these last few weeks, I have been feeling like shit. It's like I haven't even smoked weed those days. I just been, you know, sitting there in a daze, just ruminating over bullshit. What's this gonna? What if this happens? What if that happens? And I'm looking at the bar on the floor. Shout out, fucking Greasy, for having me get that bar. Greasy is one of the most disciplined dudes I've ever seen, man. With his health, with eating, with working out, with growing. Shout out to Greasy, man. Y'all give Greasy a follow on Instagram. But one of the most disciplined dudes I've seen, and he's helped me a lot along this way but I'll be watching that bar and I won't touch it. I'll be looking at my weed and I won't go smoke it. And then once I just chill the fuck out, go hit a bowl and do 8 sets, I'm feeling great. But it's accomplishing everything one thing at a time, knowing the end goal in my mind, what I want to do with this project, what I want to accomplish with my work business, on everything I want to do in my life and everything that you want to do in your life. Just keep that in perspective. The end goal of it And even if you can't get to the end goal, just that day, just what you want to do that day, and then congratulate yourself for the small ones. And you'll see at the end of each day, because I've done this before, I've stuck to this, things just get better and better. And you feel better as you get these little wins, and shit just works out because you don't give up, because you don't let anything, no matter what, make you give up. You might fall, but when you fall, you get back up and keep going. You recognize what is the issue, and you say, okay, that's the issue, and I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to do what I have to do to put that at bay, whether that means whatever it might mean, taking care of that, and then taking care of your business. So it's Saturday. I'm going to end this. I don't want this to be too long. We're going on almost 30 minutes. So that's the only political subject that I'm talking about on this show. I am not going to edit this. I'm just going to post this. I'll probably just post it everywhere. So it'll be on Instagram. It'll be on Spotify, YouTube, X, all that. Follow me, Tragic America, on every app, and tell me what y'all think of the show. I can pull it off, huh? How about this one? I think y'all know this one. It's getting hot in here. There. Okay. I am about to go out, spark a bowl, have another cup of coffee, and finish my morning. So have a blessed, blessed day, y'all.